gotta tell you right now, the reason you're so toxic is because you're bored. And I'm gonna tell you how. Hey friend, welcome to my channel, Creating Elude Mental Gems. This channel is dedicated to leveling up in all areas of your life. So let us learn together, read together, but most importantly, grow together. I wanna tell you guys something. So there was an era of my life that I was very toxic. I always say this on this channel. I'm not afraid. I'm not gonna come in here and act perfect, y'all. I was very toxic. I was getting into a lot of fights. I was easily offended. I cared about what everybody said. I was getting into arguments with people, fights, blah, blah, blah. Putting myself in a lot of situations. And I'd look at like people around me. I'm like, how come they're not always in drama? But drama, I used to just complain like drama always finds me, right? But I used to always feel like I have to defend myself every time I hear somebody try me. There's a rumor. You get so offended, you ready to fight, you want to defend yourself. So it labeled me as just this toxic person, right? And so I realized though, when I got my first corporate job and I was in school, college, it was kicking my butt. It wasn't until I moved in with my bestie, got my corporate job, went to school, figuring out my life, that all that drama was dead. I literally had no time. And I did not have the luxury to entertain any sort of drama. I would hear rumors or someone say something and I couldn't even respond. Like it just became a dramatic shift. Me and one of my good friends, we were talking about that, where she was like, girl, this people just don't have time. Like we were saying that, and I just thought deeper about it. I was like, yo, that could make a good video, because we were seeing how some people were just getting into it all the time, and how it's just like, dang, they got a lot of time. This level of petty, to be this level of petty, to do this, blah, XYZ, you got a lot of time. When you get out of a toxic relationship, say you break up with your man or your girl, right? One of the main things you do that keeps you from spiraling, calling them or texting them, is you keep yourself busy. You might go out with your girls. You might try different experiments, travel, put yourself in different sceneries, because you know when you're sitting at home doing nothing, bored, wallowing your feelings, you're about to text a person and call them, right? That's what most people do. Once you're bored, you got nothing to do, you get into trouble, you have no more boundaries, no self-respect. You're just, and the girls that I found that used to always have men wrapped around their fingers were women that had a life, that had things to do. And I'm telling you, even in my dating life, I find men are a lot more attractive when you're busy. You're not like just waiting for their text, doing things. They're busy too, you're busy, and then you guys understand it. We talk when we talk. Like I don't have to text you the whole day, slowing down my life. Like I don't got time for that. You don't got time for that. We meet up when we meet up, right? It leaves for a little mystery. But men can start to label certain women clingy because they have too much free time on their hand, and all they do is like they sit up. Let me give you guys another example. I had a friend. It's so fun. So she was a housewife, right? She was a housewife. She didn't really want to work. She got her babies, and she's like, so her husband makes enough coins to be like, okay, stay home, da da da. Her husband is an entrepreneur. So he's working the same amount of hours, doing the same amount of work that he's always was doing before they even got married, right? And it's like the minute she decided to be a housewife, she started noticing every little thing wrong in the house, every little wrong thing in their relationship. He's out too long, he's this and that. She was just like noticing everything, caring about everything, this and that. And then she realized, I'm kind of bored. She's like, I'm bored. I'm noticing everything. I'm just bored. Like, I need to do something. So then she started working on her passions, working on her dreams and stuff, exploring stuff, now busy traveling, doing, like a whole bunch of stuff now that she's like, oh my goodness, their relationship is thriving. And her and her husband crack up every time they think of this era, because he kept telling her, you're just bored. You're just bored. This is why you're noticing everything with the kids, the house, things like you just like, you needed something to do. And it's hilarious because a lot of relationships fail because of that too, for real. One person is bored, doesn't have much goals, they're not driven. And even with friendships, a lot of our toxic traits is because we're bored. It's because we're bored, we're not doing much. And I'm gonna tell you that not everyone likes to admit that they can be toxic. There's people that really aren't toxic, they don't have a toxic bone in their body. I know it's possible, trust me, there's people that are just born that way. But there's some of us with little firecrackers. And we had to learn to simmer down. And I had to learn to simmer down, but what really played a role, books aside, advice aside, maturing, God, elevation aside, was really just being busy. Just having a life, touching grass, going out there living. Okay, and certain things that you can do if you find yourself that you've been more annoyed lately, more irritated, more bothered by people, what I want to encourage you to do is calculate how much time do you spend indoors. How much time do you spend indoors? Now I want you to divide that by 2. And if you spend, hey, I wake up, I'm usually out the house by 8, I go to work, but I work inside of a building. I don't really go out. And then once I'm done with the building, I just come back home. Maybe I'll go to a gym inside. Like, you're not outside. Go spend an hour outdoors, even if it's to walk. Get some sun. Get some sun. Look at nature. Try a trek. Go by a lake. Do something outdoors, okay? It's going to, not only is the sun, I'm not even capping or lying to you guys, sun on our body elevates our mood. Being vitamin D deficient can make you irritable and have insomnia. When you're vitamin D deficiency, you're most likely to have insomnia. And if you're on your phone, trust me, I know this because my vision did progressively get worse throughout the years because always on my phone, editing, cameras, lights, indoors. So I've been undoing that by going out more in nature, traveling more, taking time. Like, I have times to be on my phone. YouTube is like 9 to 5 to me. I clock in at 9 and I exit at 5 from editing all of this other stuff, emailing and stuff. And then after 5, I know, and then in the morning I wake up, I'll go sit outside on my patio, just get some sun, let it soak up. If I didn't get to go in the morning, in the afternoon, I'll go outside, I'll go walk, I'll go make sure I get some sun, go see animals, randomly go to the zoo. Because vitamin D, when I'm vitamin D deficient, it shows. I'm irritable. Everything bothers me. And I'm trying to tell you, get some sun. It's going to help your serotonin levels. It's going to boost up your mood, your energy levels, also help you with insomnia. And once your serotonin is high, it's going to be less likely for someone to get you out of character. But if you're already cranky, you're already vitamin D deficient, potassium deficient, you're gonna have an issue. And if you're potassium deficient, get some electrolyte powders, get that. You're working out all the time, but you're not replenishing, you're gonna be irritable too. A lot of people don't talk about that. Your body's not firing the right energy to go in and out. You know, I'm not a medical student, so I don't know the terminology, but I understand it. So I have electrolyte powders that if I worked out a lot during that day, like I'd be doing 10 miles, I'm back on my weight loss journey and stuff. So I'll do my 10 miles, I'm doing cross country. I started training again, like I used to train in high school for sports, try to get myself back in there. So I'll get leg cramps and I'm like, time for electrolyte boost, you know? And it helps you also when you get that rush of energy. It's impossible to get you out of character. Next, try different hobbies. You can do sip and paint at your house. I have date nights with myself where I play music, light up my little fireplace, play music, have like nice ambiance or birds sounding, and then I'll just paint. Glass of wine or a juice. If you don't drink wine, I haven't been drinking, so I have my little juice, my juicer. I juice my little juice, have it on a wine cup, and sip and paint, you know, in your house. Do activities. Don't let yourself just watch movies and get bored. A lot of these movies can put that toxic ideology, Lifetime, all day, Snapped. That's all you watching. People cheating on people. Zeus Network, Love and Hip Hop. Stop it, sis. Those shows are going to make you more toxic too. You're bored and you're watching them. But do activities like that inside of your house. Or have a day where you're like, today I'm going to write poetry. Or today I'm going to journal. Today I'm going to have a full bath and self-care. I have some stuff in the pantry. Like I have turmeric and olive oil. I'm going to do a turmeric olive oil mask with a little bit of lemon or whatever. Like, I don't know. Try different things. You know, pamper yourself. Say, I'm going to read a book today. Or today I'm just going to go for a walk outside. Stuff that are inexpensive, cheap, that you can do yourself. Try different things. Go to a museum, go to a natural park, go to the beach. But whatever you do, be busy. You know, if you have extra idle time, don't let it just be you scrolling mindlessly on your phone. I've been on social media less and less. Of course, YouTube, I have to do it. But even on Instagram, I got to remember to post. People think something wrong with me because I'm not posting as much. It's like, girl, I just been living life, okay? And the other thing to do, get your finances in order. Work on an extra craft, entrepreneurship. Set some goals for yourself. Work on working out and being your best. Everyone should be working out 30 minutes a day. That should be 30 minutes of your time. Even if it's 30 minutes of crunches, jumping jacks, and push-ups, do it 30 minutes a day. of your time should be working out. Everyone should be doing self-care every night, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to just massage your face, even if it's without product, right? You're just putting lotion on your face or Vaseline or whatever. Just massage, love your face. What I do sometimes, I put like moisturizer on my face. It's just something, I put like my cleanser on my face, massage it, and then I take a hot towel. Even if you wash your face with soap, there's a good frankincense, I can never say the word, frankincense and myrrh, frankincense, whatever, and myrrh, bar soap that I get from Whole Foods all the time. Oh my goodness, I love, it leaves my face so silky smooth. I do it, and then I take a warm towel and I just lay it on my face and just sit there until the towel get cold. Sometimes I'll do it again, lay there, and then you wipe. And then you go to sleep, you cut up some cucumbers, put on your eyelids. Y'all, so my camera rudely decided to die on me. But what I was saying was, do things like self-care. Once you're doing like self-care every night, you have a routine going on. You have a routine for your day. You have things that you do. You're naturally going to find that you have less time to entertain certain dramas, certain things, certain people. You're naturally not going to be as toxic because you're busy. I remember seeing a quote long time ago on Instagram that said, drink your water because you'll be going to the restroom so much to pee that you won't have time to be in drama. Yeah, it's kind of similar. If you have a routine for yourself, when you have a routine, kind of like parents, right? If you're a parent, you know what I'm talking about, although I'm not a parent, but you know, I'm kind of like an honorary parent with all of my nieces and nephews, godchildren. So it's like when I'm watching them, there's a routine that goes with watching them. It's super busy. They have a bedtime, they have homework that would need to be done, they have the care before they go to bed to change into pajamas. There's a whole routine. And you know, if someone calls you while you're trying to do your routine to get your kids to bed and etc., it's gonna be annoying real quick because you're like, let me finish with this routine first. And then when you're finally done at the end of the day, most moms or parents would wind down with a glass of wine, sit on the couch like, and by the time they're done, they just want to relax. Like, imagine having a long day with your kids, going from work, working out, doing all of this, and then now somebody want to come bring drama to you. So that's what I'm kind of saying. Having a routine for yourself, having a routine for your life, things that you have set in place that you know you do every day, that you do on a daily basis, is going to keep you from all of this drama. A lot of times you're just bored, so you want to talk. Even when you call a friend or maybe you send in a voice note, you want to talk. A lot of gossip gets started because the person is bored. They have nothing to talk about, so they create something to talk about. A lot of idle talk creates drama. Some people even fight with their spouses because they're bored. Like, there's literally nothing to talk about, nothing going on. Like, I've known women that say, hey, you know, I create a little fight just to give a little spark because they're bored. But when both parties are having their own lives and they're doing things, it's not going to happen that much. And some people will always be in drama because it does make them money. Like, if you think about it, whether it's an influencer, YouTuber, actor, and actress, a lot of the actors and actresses, they have a movie coming out, so they'll create little drama around their life. The Kardashians, their show, those are the only people that should be entertained in drama because it directly impacts their pockets. But you, if you're not getting paid for gossiping, you're not getting paid for being in drama or starting junk, then you have no business to be in drama and starting junk because you're not getting paid for it. So keep that in mind when you're in these type of situations, and understand that, hey, the busier you are, the less you will see you're in drama. Okay, this is all I have for this video. It's short and sweet, but I just wanted to give this PSA out. I love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Comment below what other videos you guys would like to see. I have so many exciting videos coming up for you guys. Until next time.